Four saints had paladins. The four saints no longer have paladins.
They did not have me.
I assume those paladins
Persuasion?
are the...
Or intimidation, whichever's higher.
Actually, I think, yeah, actually, yeah, 20 intimidation.
Nice.
You see him rear back, and the guards can hear the gruffness in your voice, and he just with one hand laying just kind of like goes.
Well, then you will test your steel, won't you?
I'm looking down because technically he's above.
Right.
I can see it through your nose.
Should you vanquish the beast, I will give you each 150 gold.
170.
No.
Yeah.
If you bring me the heads of red hair and his captains, you will each get an additional 20 per captain and 100 for red hair.
Here we go.
How many captains does Red Hair have?
I don't know.
Fair enough. But we keep what we find.
Why would I want goblin soil?
Perhaps melt it down for steel to reinforce what you called your shambles of walls, I say, looking pointedly at
Oh
his
no,
wooden
his
building.
walls are great. The town's walls are shambles.
Then turning around and gesticulating
Yeah.
at his town.
Oh yeah, that rolled way better.
The walls will be fine without it.
Alright, I think we're done here. Gobbo hunting?
Anything else you haven't yet told us about this beast?
About the beast, I don't know. Chevron fiend is what the people are calling it.
What are
I've personally
you
never
calling
heard
it?
of one. I know it's not come up to my manor.
But what do you think it is? Clutching that sword, you've wielded it before. Give me your warrior's instinct.
Roll a perception check.
All of us or just
Everyone.
Got an 8.
we got
Oh no, I just got a 2.
yeah you did.
On perception, straight.
Yeah.
Okay.
17.
7.
Kaylee, that sword is the only reason he's standing. Literally, all of his weight is pressed upon it.
Well, we knew that from looking at us.
Yeah. But no, like you actually hear like slight shakes from the armor and the sword. You guys can't. But Kaylee hears like shakes from the armor
He's
and the
just
sword.
trying
as
to
he's
look
doing
intimidating.
Oh my god, is he trying to look intimidating?
It's not working.
Actually, kind of is.
It's not working.
No longer on you, but on the other two, it's still very much his facade of lordship.
Oh, he's tiny years old. It's cute.
He goes, those are the prices. Will you take it?
We accept.
He stomps one foot twice, at which point a few guards bring out a table, and the butler lays down a contract on top of the table right in front of you. And it's got the terms and agreements of everything you guys have just discussed, all written out there. 150 for killing the beast.
Is there a check for fine print?
Yeah, just I believe it's just an investigation.
What is it?
17.
There is no fine print.
Go. Just he's being an old fucker, so I don't trust him.
He So there's that. He's got. It also dictates if you take care of red hair, what you will get.
Sign it. It's good.
And upon signing the contract, the butler then wheels out a tray or a little cart with some sandwiches, a little pot of soup, some pre-made salads. You know, a nice little refreshing lunch. He also rolls out with 2 bottles of wine. With that, the lordship turns and descends into his manor and does not come back out. So you guys effectively have tea on his lawn,
Fabulous.
Like you do.
and then you are set to return. And then you are once you finish tea, the guards politely ask you to leave and to get on with your business.
Alright. Going outside of town looking for gobbo tracks.
I say we wait for nightfall and see if we can't corner the beast against the goblins and see if we can't kill as many people as possible in a while.
It's too much to deal with at once.
As opposed to multiple different battles.
Yeah, you can heal in between battles. Gobbo tracks. Survival check for gobbo tracks?
You're leaving the town now to go find them?
I don't see why not.
Okay. Yeah, survival to go find the goblins.
That is a 15.
No goblin traps.
What time is it?
Oh, it's you probably took an hour to do lunch, so it's probably about 1 or noon. It's still very early in the day.
Okay, so we had heard that they like to attack smaller groups of travelers. I'm gonna suggest Fat Boy over here acts as bait and just
Yeah.
goes up the road, and I'm going to stealth through the forest and wait for them to
There's
attack.
no
Come
forest
hither,
in the area.
bitch cat. Feel the ground shake as my elephant draws my stanky carriage up.
It's basically, we want to use him as bait because he's got a carriage. He looks rich.
He smells like shit.
He smells like shit. He still looks rich.
But how often do you
He's
see a
filthy rich.
carriage? Yeah. But how often do you see a carriage drawn by a fucking elephant?
So,
Everyone's seen one within the last month.
so anyway,
Actually, you're number 2. You're old news.
he's a tempting target. So,
True. Although I feel that the beast is a larger problem and should be dealt with first.
and we can tackle it as we learn more. We know goblins. Goblins are easy to kill. Let's go take care of that now.
Either way, you haven't found any goblin tracks.
Yeah. This is why I'm suggesting we lure them out.
I would like to speak with the plant.
Okay.
Oh lord, here we go.
Are there any tall plants around us?
No.
Just hills and grass.
Are there any like paths in the hills and grass?
There's the main road that leads up to them. It's up to you. There are roads that lead to the 3 towns in this area.
Okay, so on the main road, like we walk a mile out away from whatever town that we left, and I speak to a blade of grass, and I want to know who has passed through in the past 24 hours.
Hey, man.
Aw, yeah.
Why are plants all stupid?
Oh, yeah.
Grass.
See, Daddy, haven't no people come by here recently, but
Hey, Daddy.
some
Hey, oh, daddy.
Daddy her. I mean, what?
there was a
strange paw that dragged over me yesterday.
Yeah. How long has Paul been dragging over?
early evening last night as I was lying myself down for a good sleep.
Oh.
This
Daddy
cough,
O.
Puns and plant puns. Plant puns. Plant puns.
this paw bent and nearly bent
Ooh,
bent
Daddy.
my friends over quite a bit. But
You got bent.
then what we do as plants do, refresh our morning's light in the sun.
When he's talking to the grass, I'm just sitting there like,
Yeah, what do they see when I'm talking to the plants?
You saying whatever you're saying,
And then they don't hear anything?
and then you respond.
"You're
But-
talking to nothing."
Again,
I
you
don't
know
see
the
him
spell.
do it
I will
before.
never get used to him doing this.
Me
I stop, draw it from the plant, and dismiss my peanut gallery. And I go back to the plant. Daddy O, in the past 24 hours, aside that paw, anything odd or untoward don't happen?
You see, it was just that. Well, there was multiple paws that came.
You feel any more than two?
What do you speak?
I only had the one that almost stepped on.
This
It
common,
was
I
the second
think.
that walked on by.
I technically
And it felt like it was dragging something, because I felt the ground shake around me.
Roll a survival check with advantage.
Me.
Yes.
Which means I roll 2.
You roll 2 and take the higher number.
That's a 3. And a 15.
Take the 15.
Plus your wisdom modifier.
That's 16?
Okay.
No, I get a 0 for survival. So
Okay.
15.
15. After hearing this, starting to look around, you can actually see what look like large cat paws and something like what would look like these snakes weaving through them
Oh.
that weren't readily available, but now you knew what to look for. You're just like, oh yes.
Methinks we're hunting a griffin.
Methinks we found the fiend and the lion.
Griffins exist in Dungeons and Dragons, right?
Yes.
They do.
But
It's a
I
griffin.
think we found the lion and the fiend. I don't
Well,
know.
the
This
lion,
is me
the
speaking,
lion
but
is
yeah,
dead. We're the 50 gold. That lion is dead. It's food.
Yeah. No. I don't believe.
It's food. Write it off. That way you won't be sad when you see the little kitty corpse.
I don't believe you. Magnuson, I don't believe you.
Schmelvin.
Magnus.
Who's the DM?
Fuck off. His name is not Schmelvin.
Schmelvin.
His name is not
Hey, Daddy,
Schmelvin.
oh, you want to join me in my carriage?
No, man, no.
I uproot the plant anyway. And I put
It was a blade of grass.
I uproot
He
the blade.
uproots it.
It
And I-
dies.
Yeah, you just killed.
You know
your
what?
friend.
Another witness gone.
Jackass.
Boom. I didn't make. I made friends with the flower. I did not make friends with the grass.
I don't know, you were way friendlier with the grass.
But I made sexual congress with
The-
the flower.
The other,
Blades of grass, shriek and tear.
no, they're not cool, man, not cool. He didn't deserve that. He was trying to help. Not cool. Not like every one of these. Just you hear what sounds like this just chorus of just.
They're not gonna help us anymore.
You know what? Can I roll for intimidation to see if the plants can tell me anything else?
Not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Go for it. Not cool. Not cool.
That's 16 plus 6 is 22. So, any other plant that can't give me more burns.
Not cool.
We
Like the most.
like he says that out loud and we can hear and understand that, right?
Yeah, and just like it's
I just look at her and
it's
I'm
just
like,
very
what is
silent.
he
All,
doing?
all the not cools are stopped except for one very quiet one. Not cool.
Am I able to tell from my survival check which way the thing was being dragged?
Oh, yeah.
Because I assume these two have no idea.
Yes.
Okay, so I bring them in on it, looking quite smug,
Yeah. He points it out to you, and you're just in.
and I make them believe that by threatening the grass with fire, I was given that bit of information. Because I'm a jackass.
So he is
Deception
chaotic
plants
noodle.
now.
What is it against deception again?
L1.
Ah.
You could still roll low because it's an insight check.